cookies. You can take them anywhere. You can eat them anywhere. And if you've watched this channel before, you'll know that you can make them look like anything that you want to. So what do you do when you feel like you want to have maybe more of an elegant party? Well, you put your apron on, grab your flour, butter, and sugar, and bake up a batch of Posh, beautiful, elegant cookies, of course. All right, I'm Lauren from Lollys Home Kitchen. You can call me Lolly. In this video, I'm gonna show you some of my favorite ideas to make your cookies look elegant and posh. Let's take a look. One of my very favorite ways to glam up my cookies is to add gold. You can add gold paint to, edible of course, edible gold paint to your cookies, and it really makes them, it turns them into something just gorgeous, and can be super simple too. So like for these, for instance, this is a wedding ring cookie, and the actual ring is gold. So I painted that on with some metallic food powder and mixed that with Everclear, and I'm gonna show you that. But like this too, super simple, just a really basic white flood with, I piped a white letter there, and then let that dry, and then painted that, and it just went really nicely with a whole wedding set that I'd done before. All right, so I'm gonna show you how to mix up your edible gold paint. Now I will say, if you are using edible food powders and turning them into paint for your baked goods, they're not meant to be slathered all over or completely cover your cookies or anything like that. You want to use them as details. So, and that's normally what I do. So I've got some edible gold food powder. This is my preferred one. There's a bunch of them out there, and please make sure that you read the labels and be comfortable with the ones that you are purchasing and using on your cookies. Make sure that you check allergen warnings or anything like that. I do advise just be careful when you're using these kinds of things. They're really fun, and they make your cookies look amazing. But just, you know, be aware of the products that you're using when you're putting them on your cookies. So this one is from Truly Mad Plastics. It's the most shiny, brilliant gold food powder that I have used personally, and I love to use this one. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of this, and I've got a paint palette here. You can use just a little dish if you have one. I'm gonna grab a little bit of this powder. And then I also have some Everclear. You can use vodka. You can use water. I mean, you can use water or another liquid, but this Everclear, or something that's has a lot more alcohol in it, is gonna turn it into a paint long enough to apply it to your cookie, but then it evaporates and you're just left with the powder on your cookie. Okay, so I've got it mixed up, and I put in just a few drops because you don't want it too loose. You want to make sure that it turns it really into more of a paint. And like if you have too much liquid, too much of the alcohol, then you'll be able to tell, like there just won't be as much of the powder in there. And then vice versa, if you have too much powder, it's going to be pretty thick and it'll be hard to apply. Okay, so I'm going to grab a little bit of this. All right, I've got that mixed up. I actually want to use, there's two ways that I love to apply this kind of gold. So I've got this, just a basic paintbrush, and then I've got my fan brush too. I'm going to show you how to use that one. All right, so I've got a paper towel here. I'm just going to put that right here because I want to do some splattering with the gold right in the top there. And so I'm going to load my brush, and I'm just going to splatter. There we go. All right, so I've got a quick, super quick, and don't want to do too much. I always like, you know, just go ahead and give it one splatter, and then it looks gorgeous. Okay, and now I'm going to cover up the other one. I'm not going to splatter it actually. You can cover it up if you want, you don't have to. I love this fan brush, and if I get a little bit of powder on there, or a little bit of the paint on there, not a ton, you don't want to oversaturate it, I'm going to just swipe the cake layer here and give it just a beautiful swash of gold. You don't need a lot. I'm going to practice right here. Okay, so it's going to give it just enough. There we go. You can add more if you want. If you want to go back and forth. So you can create a bunch of different designs even with just that gold metallic powder turned into paint. So that's one of my favorite things to do to make my cookies look elegant. And I'm going to show you some others now too. So and this, real quick, this powder, it does come in different colors. So Truly Mad Plastics has it in gold. It's called Super Gold. They've got silver, they've got a rose gold too. And again, there's other brands. Bakel has some really good ones as well. The Sugar Art has some also. And if you go to my website, you can find links to a bunch of these and check those out. The next one I want to show you, this is one of my favorite cookies. It's got just enough glitter and sparkle in there. And I love this technique too. So I'm going to show you how to do this. We're going to create it on this heart cookie here. And I'm going to use some hot pink. All right, I'm going to open that bag up here. And I'm just going to put a little bit of icing here. And I've got another paintbrush here. And any paintbrush I use on cookies, I only use it on cookies. My kids like to paint and do stuff, and they have their own set of paintbrushes and everything, and they know that mom's cookie brushes are only for cookies. Okay, so I'm gonna move some of this icing around. I'm not going to the edges because, like on this other one, I'm gonna end up piping and flooding around it and putting on some more really pretty kind of metallic-y, sparkly details. But for this one, I want to add some silver. It's called Diamond Dust. This one's by the Sugar Art. And sometimes sometimes your golds and dusts and powders and all this pretty stuff, it'll come with a container where you can sprinkle it on. Or if you go to my website, I have a link to some pump containers, and you can put your edible food dust in that and spray them on your cookie if you want to. Another really simple method is I just opened up the container. I've got a paintbrush here. I'm going to dip it in. And then I'm gonna carry it over to the top of my cookie, and I'm just gonna tap. And I'm gonna add a little bit more. There we go. My favorite powders, I love the silver. They have a really pretty gold one too, if you can see that. Oh my gosh. Oh, so much sparkle. And then there's also, you can get kind of the clear ones that have more of an iridescent look. I love those ones too. Okay, so I've got some sparkle dust underneath. Now I want to flood around the edge, and I've got some shimmer heart shapes that I'm going to add to that. Before I get into that though, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to amaze your friends and family with the most awesome, beautiful cookies that they've ever seen, you're in the right place. This channel is where deliciousness meets joy, and we're all about having fun with cookies here. So we'll show you how to make cookies that look impressive but are easy to make. Please, please, please do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos, and share this channel with your friends and family who you think would love to see these as well. It really helps out. So thank you so much again. Okay, let's get back to the video. And we are going to flood the outside of this heart. I'm actually gonna go ahead and use the same color. So I'm going to outline the edge. And I am using just one consistency today. If you know me, I usually like to use like an outline consistency and a flood consistency, but today I'm just going with the one. Okay, so I want to do a layer of flood around the edge, and then just leave this awesome sparkly bit in the middle showing through. Have you ever made those cookies? If you love to bake, maybe you've made them before. They're kind of a classic cookie where you have two layers, or you put jam in the middle and you bake them, and then like the jam shows through from underneath. I can't remember what they're called, but they're super fun. This reminds me of it a little bit. Okay, so I've got a layer on the outside, and then I have some really pretty heart shimmer shapes. And I'm gonna grab my tweezers here. I'm gonna grab just a few. I'm trying to get them just on the edges. So I got my sparkle in the middle, and I can have my little hearts on the outside. So who doesn't love sprinkles, right? And then how about sprinkles that are shimmery and sparkly? I love them. So you can place them however you want. There we go. Okay, all right, so I've got those on. So that is that silver diamond dust. All right, so these are rose gold hearts. They are 100% food grade glitter flakes. And these are, again, from Bakel. And I love these. They have a bunch of different shapes. I've got stars and they have some other ones too. The last shimmery, gorgeous thing that I want to show you, we have 24 karat gold flakes. Okay, so they come in different containers. You can get them where they're just in sheets, and you can peel back the sheets and use them. Today I have this little container. It's got 24 karat gold leaf flakes in it. And I'm going to show you how you can apply that to your cookies. And if you're looking for something like this, go to my website. You can click the link in the description and you can check out all of our links there to all of these beautiful powders and shimmer shapes and all of the gold too. Okay, so again, we're going to use our paintbrush for this. And I'm wiping this one off because I had some silver dust on there. But it's really, really simple. These gold flakes, they're super lightweight. So it doesn't take a lot to kind of get them to stick on your brush. So I'm gonna just start with a little bit, and I've got this really pretty piped floral cookie. Now you can do this wet. If you've just piped them and it's wet, you can go ahead and lay these on. They will stick to cookies that are dry too. So I'm trying to avoid touching it with my fingers because I don't want it all to stick to my fingers. I don't want to waste any of it. Okay, I don't know what's happening today. It might be the humidity. Make sure that your humidity is good in your kitchen, but it's really, really dry today. So what I'm gonna do is I've got a tiny, tiny little bit of water here. I'm just gonna wet this right here. You can't even tell. And then I'm gonna take another brush and grab my gold, and then it should be sticking, no problem. But yeah, if you're in a really dry climate, then you may have to just wet the icing just a tad to stick that gold on there. All right, so I'm gonna do that again. Up here, I want a bigger flake. So I got it wet a little bit. Here, I'm gonna grab this one. Look at that, and then it'll just stick right there if it's got a little bit of moisture there. A little bit more right there. And it's almost like a magnet. If it's got a little bit of moisture, it's like that gold will stick right on. There we go. Okay, so I've got just enough. All right, one more flake. I want to do one more. One more big flake right there. There we go. Oh, such a statement piece. Seriously, this gold is amazing. Can't get enough. Okay, but I don't want to go overboard, so I'm gonna stop there. I hope that you have fun with all of the gold and sparkle. And it's kind of just this instant way to make your cookies look amazing and elegant and super posh. There is nothing that I love more than getting together with my family and sharing cookies that look amazing and that taste even better. I mean, who wouldn't love that, right? All right, one of my favorite designs are these cute, super cute little heart-shaped pizza cookies. They always make a splash. My kids love them, all of my family and friends love them, and best of all, they're super easy to make. So if you want to try these out and whip up a batch of them, make sure that you grab my Heart Pizza Cookie Icing transfer templates. They're available for free by clicking the link in the description below. They're super easy, so fun to make, and I know you're gonna love them just as much as me and my family do. So click on the link, download those icing transfer templates right now.